unfortunately left us more than 1 year ago, and now, of course, I tried to modify a bit our title and also including perspective of Zilitinkevich boundary layer theory and also Bornstein urban NWP modeling and implementation of such theory in marine models, and especially WRF. So it's my modification in our study. And of course, I tried to give example of Bob's and his colleagues' realization of many activities of Sergei. Next slide, please. So this is just reminding, I think all of you know Sergei, and really a great and outstanding scientist and teacher and friend, and he was also winner of many prizes and really the most prestigious international meteorological organization, NWP prize, and others. So please, next. And also what I would like to stress, what is now this presentation is dedicated to two great scientists and close friends. And here you can see Sergei and Bob in Tibet in 2016, where they had a nice travel and also scientific meetings. And this presentation practically is more or less based on our recently published paper with Bob, reflection of scientific legacy of Sergei Zilitinkevich on PBL and urban characterization in NWP models. It is a part of a special boundary layer meteorology special issue dedicated to memory of Sergei, and it was just recently published, and you can see it there. Next. And just a few words about Sergei, career, and quite dramatic. He starts in USSR and Russia, and now moved Denmark, Germany, Sweden, Finland, and became really worldwide scientist, and as I mentioned, many honor activities and involvement in different universities. I'm not going next details. And the most important, of course, for Zilitinkevich research in planetary boundary layer turbulence studies, and what's also I like what actually I use some slides from Sergei's presentation, where he considered boundary layer as a kind of very important mechanism for interaction between different elements of the Earth system: hydrosphere, mesosphere, cryosphere, and of course atmosphere. And this is really important for all aspects in global climate and ecosystems and hydrosphere boundary layers. And contribution of Sergei is really very substantial, and the kind of scientific revolution in planetary boundary layer research was initiated by him, and as we consider in new approaches, what he suggested is kind of unorthodox nature of stratified environmental turbulence, and what is well-known cause out of order. This classical turbulence theory is based now, and new improvements what he suggested is moving to a new view on type of turbulence when order out of chaos, and implementing a new characterization what provide us much better understanding of mechanism. Next slide. And long list, of course, I don't have time for focusing on each contribution of Sergei, and many issues are very relevant for many studies also in this auditorium. And first of all, for boundary layer height, for stable boundary layer, it's really unique, and now it's called just Zilitinkevich name, and it's a kind of classical really result, and also well-known correction of Zilitinkevich for a rate equation of depth connectively mixed layer, and also it is very relevant for next level of studies for rough surfaces within urban canopies, and also gauge scale, length scale for rotation, stratification, turbulence mixing. And of course, what is important, last maybe 10, 20 years, he worked in this direction, this new type of stratified boundary layer, and what is called conventionally neutral boundary layer, and also a long-lived stable stratified boundary layer, typical for intertime or high latitudes, especially for the altitude. And also this weak turbulence regime, which is typical for such situation, was investigated by him. And also non-local turbulence transport mechanisms, which are now implemented not only in meteorological but also in many atmospheric pollution models. Next slide. Well, and also for urban, of course, Sergei worked more theoretical work for boundary layer in global and planetary boundary layer, but with our collaboration, I tried to convince him to move to urban, and finally he was so excited and productive, also contributing for urban boundary layers. And for example, for stable boundary layer height approach, what he suggested, the analyze and for urban canopies is one of the best results demonstrated for many cities where planned. Also for roughness for momentum, heat, and tracer as function of roughness Reynolds number. One of the earliest work of Zilitinkevich provided a great step in understanding of this mechanism. And also during last decades, his old hypothesis was nicely realized in theoretical parameterization, this effect of stratification on aerodynamic roughness length and also displacement height, which is very relevant for urban canopies and also for forest canopies. And of course, implementation of such work will be done in many models. I will not say about models where I was involved and in the field, but prefer to say more about Bob's contribution and his great work. And we had a nice presentation of overview of multi-scale modeling, where perfectly stressed what Bob was one of the pioneers in urban meteorological modeling, and I will not repeat it. Now I just will say how we analyze contribution of such parameterizations into numerical weather prediction models and also for urban application. Next, please. And one of the problem which is well known for, in particular for work model, but it's not only work, for where Sergei's new boundary theory helped to understand that many of such implementation were done by Bob and his former students for different application. And one of the problem at night was stable boundary layer involved in Borf become too stable very quickly, and turbulent kinetic energy dies, and models do not work well for the night time, and provides these strange results. And when Sergei's parameterization with a new theory was implemented also wave-like mechanisms, not only from surface fluxes turbulence induced, but also from free flow stability. In this case, the results became much better. And here for the right side, you can see this wave like next. Another problem was also Bob stressed and nicely demonstrated where Wolf doesn't heat up through super adiabatic planetary boundary layer fast enough, only due to advection mechanisms and turbulence kinetic energy. And also again, Sergei's insight is the third mechanism with non-local self-organizing convective mass transport, what I mentioned in the beginning, can be used for improvement of new Wolf term. And in papers Lake and Volak, it was demonstrated, and now with this implementation of this mechanism help to better, for example, as you can see here, this improvement, this brown color is have a stronger vertical advection flow, and also eliminated this super adiabatic PDL, and this blue color is much lower here and closer to the reality. Next. And one more element of improvement is also meteorological prediction, particularly for Wolf, this implementation of a new theory of Sergei, and also both contribution is really great in this analysis and helping for many models. Next. And just for concerning this paradigm change, as I already mentioned, it's really a great contribution, which is still not fully realized in practical models, and our opinion, many theoretical work which was published just still wait for implementation and improvements. Next slide. And it's just here, because time is over, so I will not just for in preparation of Sergei's results in different model improvements in many modeling consortium. They are realized, but as I mentioned, still many opportunities for further work. And next, just kind of Sergei's legacy, and just I will say about my context, and we are working more than 25 years together, and but what is important for nowadays, now we have several initiatives for next phases of work, and in particular special issue of urban climate, and thanks to Jorge and Deb, who edited a special issue after the previous conference in New York dedicated to Sergei, and also this boundary layer meteorology issue just recently published. And also the start traditional young scientist schools in memory of Sergei. The first school was for seamless multi-scale and multi-process integrated modeling in 2021, and this year especially focus on social-environmental interaction in sustainable smart cities and more focusing on urban issues. And also WMO and European Meteorological Society and several Finnish research organizations established Sergei Memorial Award. And it's nice to say that the first award was in 2022, was presented for Dr. Slack for his boundary work. And the second one this year, just 1 month ago, it was decided to Greenland. So it is importance of implementation of his pioneering work into urban climate and urban meteorology area, and so should definitely provide it a lot of work. Thank you, and just reminding Sergei and his and also many pictures are together with Bob Bornstein.
Quick, comment, question. Sergey was a keynote speaker in our last ICOC 10 in New
Yes, yes. This is actually the picture of his
talk,
plenary talk in this conference.
Thank you. So move to our next speaker. Yeah.